Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to play Come Little Children from Hocus Pocus on the ukulele. Now we're going to be playing in the key of A minor, the original key for the song, and if you'd like to follow along to a lead sheet, I included a link to that in the description. All right, let's get started. Just to give you a quick overview, I'm going to start with the strumming pattern and chord progressions, and at the very end even show you some plucking techniques you can use in your cover to make it sound even better, so make sure you stick around for that. But before all that, I'm going to show you the fingerings for all the chords, so if you're a ukulele expert, feel free to skip ahead to this time. Alright, so the chords that we're going to be using today are A minor, C major, G major, D minor, E minor, and E major 7. So starting with A minor, all we do is place our second finger on the second fret of the 4th string, and it sounds like this. And then there's C major, in which we place our third finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and it sounds like this. And then G major, in which we place our second finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and our 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and it sounds like this. And then there's D minor, in which we place our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, our 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and it sounds like this. And then there's E minor, in which we place our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and our 4th finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and it sounds like this. And finally, E major 7, in which we place our 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 4th string, and it sounds like this. And now the strumming pattern. Now the song isn't a triple meter or has a waltz feel, and because of that, the strumming pattern is probably a little different than what you're used to, but it's pretty simple nonetheless. Here's what it goes like. Down, down, up, down, up. And just to play that a few times, here's how it goes. Down, down, up, down, up. 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 And you can hear the triple meter. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now the chord progression, which goes like this. A minor, which we actually play through twice when we're strumming, and then C major, G major, D minor, A minor, E minor, and then E major 7. And then we repeat that progression almost exactly the same with the exception of the ending. Here's what it goes like. A minor, which we'll play twice, C major, G major, D minor, A minor, and then instead of going to E minor, we just go right to the E major 7 and end on A minor. So here's what it sounds like when we strum it. And here's what it sounds like when we sing along. Come little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of magic. Now, if you've seen the film, you probably know that's all there is to it, but I wanted to take this time to show you a plucking pattern that will add to your cover to make it sound even better. But before I go into the plucking pattern, if you are new to plucking, I definitely recommend going through the song a bunch of times, just strumming it so you're more familiar with the song. So the first thing to note is that when we're plucking, we're actually only using the first 3 strings, and we're even able to leave our same 3 fingers on those same 3 strings the entire time. What we do is place our thumb on the 3rd string, our index finger on the 2nd string, and our middle finger on the 1st string. Another thing to note is that when we pluck, our thumb always goes down, and our middle finger and index finger always go up. And now to start off the plucking pattern, what we do is we take our index finger and our middle finger together and pluck up on the first and second string, like this. And then we're going to bounce back and forth between the strings, going from 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. So just to hear that on repeat, here's how it goes. Again, if you're new to plucking, I definitely recommend practicing that a bunch of times before moving on to the progression. And when you are ready, here's what it sounds like with the progression. Now, I'm gonna play it a little faster and sing along. Come, little children, now take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of magic. Now, one last technique before you go. We can actually play this plucking pattern as a swing. And again, if you're new to this, definitely practice this a bunch of times the normal way before moving on to this step. So here's what it sounds like as a swing. Come, little children, now take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of magic. And that, my friends, is how to play Come Little Children on ukulele. Now, if this was helpful at all, I would encourage you to please subscribe as well as ring that bell, and feel free to comment if there's anything I may have left out or if there's something that you need extra help with. And of course, let me know what other ukulele tutorials you'd like to see me do next. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.